Hello my friends. Today's video is especially delicious because as CSGO comes to an end, I decided that I would be making a video ranking the top 10 skins in the history of the game. Now there won't be any knife skins or glove skins in this video. I thought I would just be talking about the gun skins in CSGO. Now before we start, I just want to make it clear that I looked at every single skin in the game, from pistols to heavies. I looked at every single skin, every single one. It doesn't take as long as you think. I even compiled a list of about maybe 30-40 the best and most iconic skins, and we narrowed it down to 12 skins for the video. I had good help for this list. I had a good friend help me with this. He definitely knows what he's talking about. He's big on skins. He has almost 3,000 hours on the game just like I do, so did have a second opinion as well. So if you're like looking at the chair, fuck the chair. I understand it's all cut up. Yeah, I'd rather spend the money on skins than a new chair. That's how you know I know what I'm talking about. That's how you know that this is a valid list, because I'd rather spend money on skins than get a new fucking chair that's all fucked up. Okay, so I hope you don't mind that we're gonna be inspecting all the skins in CS2 instead of CSGO, but of course most of these skins look sexier in the new engine, especially because a lot of you don't know what some of these skins in CS2 looks like yet. I want to clarify that each skin on this list will be based on its iconicness and how good it actually is. So if there's a newer skin that you have in mind and it doesn't end up making the list, it's probably because it's newer or it just doesn't have that status of being iconic. So number 10, we're already starting off a little controversial. I'll tell you right now, this is the only somewhat biased pick in this entire list. I have one myself. I love gold. I just couldn't leave the Gold Arabesque out of the video, so I made it number 10. It barely made the list. I don't think most people are Gold Arabesque enjoyers, but there's a lot of people out there, including myself, that were asking for a nice gold skin, a real one, and they gave it to us as an AK as well. Insane. And the price, of course, this will be in cash value for each skin, from battle scarred all the way to souvenir or stat track factory new. And the price range of the Gold Arabesque as of August 28th, 2023 is $1,900 to $10,000 US. At number 9, we have the Glock Fade. Now, of course, this isn't a good fade. This is probably like an 85%, but don't worry about it. This is incredibly old. This is the most expensive pistol skin in the game, if I do recall, if I'm not mistaken. And it's the only Glock Fade that's more expensive than the Emerald. So if the Fade didn't exist, I think I'd have the Emerald in this list. But the Fade is immaculate, man. Just look at this. So iconic. For any skin, doesn't matter, but I chose the Glock Fade. Everything about it is incredible. Crafts look amazing on it. Such a great skin, man. And that is why we have it at number 9. The price ranges from $1,600 to $1,800 US. Number 8, we have the print stream. Now this could apply to all print streams. It doesn't have to be the M4. I'm talking about all print streams pretty much right now. And if you ask me, I think it's slightly overrated, I'm not gonna lie. But of course, this is what the people think. This list is for the people, and I know the people love the print streams, man. They love the print streams. This is probably one of the most loved skins I've ever seen, and I still don't understand why. I think it's cool, but I don't think it's godly. Still a great skin. It is a bit newer, so that's why we have it at number 8. Price ranges from $100 to $900, and that's just the M4 price. Next is the Op Asimov at number 7. If you've been playing CSGO for a long time, you already know, man. You already know, but I'm just gonna remind you again really quick.
Of course, we saw Fall in this spot before, the same spot, but with much more utility to work with. Here he comes once again. The first base is a Dren. He's gonna hit the ground there as Cold. Oh, what? A jumping double from Cold! What is going on right now? How does he do this?
Yeah, it has the status, man. But the status itself is not enough to be in the video. Is it a good skin? Does it deserve to be on the list? And I think it does. The Asimov is a very old skin. I don't know if the Op was the very first Asimov. It might be the M4, I'm not sure. Might have to correct me on that. It's like You've never met anyone who hates on the Asimov, man. You might not love it, but you definitely don't hate it. And I think it fully deserves its number 7 spot. And the price for the Op Asimov specifically ranges from $80 to $300 for StatTrak field tested. At number 6, we have the AK Vulcan. Props to the Vulcan for making it this high on the list though. Another very old skin, just like the Asimov. I've never met anyone who thinks this is a bad skin. A lot of people love it. I've never had one before, but the Vulcan is amazing. Very clean skin. The blue on it looks so nice. One of the best AKs for sure. Right now, price ranges from $80 to 1,500 fucking US dollars if you wanted a StatTrak factory new one for some crazy ass reason. At number 5, we have the most expensive AK skin in the entire game, base version, not counting patterns or whatever. Super iconic. It is, in my opinion, the best looking AK as well. I mean, come on, if the Gold Arabesque is on this list, man, you think the Wild Lotus wasn't gonna be on this list? It is too sexy to even exist. Relatively new, maybe like 5 years, 4 to 6 years old, but it's still amazing. It has that legendary status, incredibly rare, and the price is insane. Lowest price is 2,600 USD, and it ranges all the way up to $12,000. But this is very sexy, such a nice AK. At number 4, you already know, man. You already know by the pattern, man, why this skin had to be in the video. The AK case hardened. In other words, the scar pattern right here. The most iconic pattern for sure in any CSGO skin in existence. The case hardened, it is 100% grown on me the more I played this game. This is part of the collection of the very first skins in the game, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm correct, this is the very first AK skin to ever be added into the game. It's growing in price, it's sexy, it's an acquired taste. You know, you gotta play for at least 1,000 hours to really appreciate it. So if you want your hands on one, the price ranges from $150 to a whopping 300,000 US plus. This one, for example, would be $300,000 plus. This is the scar pattern that's also factory new. There was no StatTrak 661 scar pattern in existence yet, but when that does happen, surely it will be 500,000 or more, maybe close to 1 million. But of course this had to be on the list, man. And I think number 4 is a pretty fair placement. We are now into the top 3. And right here we have the M4A4 HAL, the only contraband skin in the entire game still. You might not think the skin itself is that cool. I think it's amazing. This is, if not the most iconic skin in the game, tied for what we have at number 1. Most of us know the story for it. I'm not going to go over it. It's an extremely expensive M4 skin. I've actually never looked at it in CS2 until now, and holy shit, look at that red. Look at that. It's not as vibrant, but it's like more flashy. I feel like the red covers more. What a great skin. And the price ranges from 3,400 USD all the way to roughly $15,000 for StatTrak factory new. And our number 2 spots of the greatest CSGO skin of all time. Now let me tell you something. Number 1 and number 2 are interchangeable to me. If you told me that you think this one deserves number 1 and you think number 1 deserves number 2, that's perfectly fine. Very valid opinion. They are interchangeable. But there's a reason I chose this as number 2. And of course, it is growing with its status. It is legendary, but I don't think it matches the status of number 1. It might be a better skin to most people, but the Gungnir is objectively the best looking skin in the game. It's relatively new, I think 3 to 4 years old. It's got a very nice pearlescent effect. It's all blue. The whole skin is covered. What a fucking amazing skin, man. Fully deserves its position as one of the greatest CSGO skins of all time. And the price, even for the lowest listing for Battlescarred, is 7,600 US dollars. And that ranges to 13,000 US dollars. Now, Before we get into number one, I have two skins that I have as honorable mentions. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video, but we have two honorable mentions. First up is the AK Hydroponic. It didn't quite make the top 10, but you already know from the crafts, from the skin, from the collection, it has its status. Easily one of the best AKs, easily one of the best skins we've ever seen. Didn't quite make the list. If you want to switch this out for the Gold Arabesque, I would not blame you either. And the price ranges from $500 to $2,000 for factory new. Last honorable mention, we have the red line or the op red line, just all red lines. Another incredibly old skin. We also had the op Asimov, which was in the same case collection as the red line, but it deserves its honorable mention. It deserves to be in the video. You already know the crafts. The iBuy Power, probably the best looking crafts with that sticker in the world. They exist on this skin right here. Very clean, very slick, not too expensive, and in fact it's the cheapest skin on this entire video, because if you want a battle scarred one, you can get one right now for $10. $10, just sacrifice a meal and you got a red line. That easy. And it ranges from $10 to $200 if you want stat track field tested. Now we just have number one left. Place your bets right now. What do you think? Right now in the video, go comment below what you think the number one is, or say it right now, because I know what it is, you know what it is. And at number one, the greatest CSGO skin of all time, the mother of all skins, the most iconic skin in all of gaming. That's right, I said it. The most iconic skin in all of gaming. Not just talking about CSGO. This is the Op Dragonlore. Chances are, as soon as you started CSGO, before you even started CSGO even, I knew what this was before I started CS. Whatever it is, you've heard stories of this skin. You've heard about it. You know its status. I don't even have to talk about it. Like I said, the Gungnir, most people think that that's a better skin than Dragonlore. But you have to understand why we had this at number one. I had to. This is my life goal, as sad as that sounds, to get this Dragonlore. Doesn't have to be factory new, doesn't have to be minimal wear, doesn't even have to be field tested, man. It really doesn't. But I've promised myself, I promise you who's watching this video, I promise anyone who's watching this video that I will have one. The greatest skin of all time in CSGO. I think it fully deserves that. The stories that revolve around it, the skin, the collection, I can go on and on. There you have it. The Dragonlore is our number one. And that's about it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching the whole thing. If you did, this was a sexy video to make. So thank you to anyone who watches it. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much. And remember, Messi is the greatest footballer of all time.